and such little emphasis placed on food. You know, I think it's time that they start using that little gene in the head and start appreciating food. We're not out of the woods yet. And if we don't have farmers' unions to lead us, who's going to lead us? So we got a tremendous chore. You know, some years ago, when Farmers Union made a joint agreement with the National Farmers Organization, that agreement was to show two organizations could work together and an alternative marketing plan for farmers. Anything to put pressure on that market. And we've had a committee that meets in that Farmers Union office, and half NFO, half Farmers Union, about 8 to 10 times a year to discuss agriculture and to discuss the problems and the challenges facing us. And I think that's been very, very well worthwhile. You know, I was going to tell you about the dairy industry. It's been discussed today. You know, it's really sad what's happened in the dairy industry. I'm so glad that some programs have been set up. You know, we have large dairies, and they were bragging what they could do. And I know some of them came to us and told us, you know, you're not doing enough for us big dairy farmers. You support the regular farmer. Just think, they said, we have to hire outside help and we have to pay workman's comp. Isn't that a pity? Isn't that a darn shame? And they're having bigger trouble than a regular dairy farmer today. And we've also seen in the hog business, you know, big was supposed to be the answer. Well, we've seen what happened to the hog business, the prices. And then, of course, when they come out with that outbreak of flu, and first named swine flu, was another real blow to the hog industry. You know, Doug, last winter, remember, we went and visited with our Attorney General Swanson. And Tom, remember what she said? She wasn't really aware of the problems. She's glad that we came there. And she said, I'll do whatever I can. I'll start writing and calling the other state attorney generals across the state, across the United States, because what's happening, we had a big outfit out of Brazil, JBS Cattle Company. If they'd have gotten another merger, they'd have controlled maybe 3/4 of the livestock in the United States. And they said they'd be big enough to be in not only they meant independent, but they said efficient. They didn't tell the whole truth. And she did. She contacted them all and got back to Doug and Tom. And by golly, it got blocked. And if it wasn't for Farmers Union, that wouldn't have happened. You know, I'm really concerned what's happening in livestock industry totally. You know, our farm, we do raise, we have livestock. And really, the actual cow-calf operations that we have across the state are one of the real last independent operations that we do have. And you know, the more mergers, the more packing companies that get together, the tighter the price. And you know what's happened? The cattle price has slipped so low because we're the lowest number of cattle that we've had on record in the United States. And the packers just keep lowering the price, lowering the price. Isn't that sad?